welcome to the channel. This video's camera is a more modern one. Okay, not so modern considering that this is from late 1970s, so 50 years old now, a bit over 50. So I had one of these when they were still relatively new actually. Not this one though, I got this one later. As the one I had, I sold and exchanged another camera when I was young, but now at one point I bought it again. This is a Rollei 35S. This is a rather unusual looking camera. Many people have never seen this one. You can still buy these online. They made some retro versions of this some years ago in Germany, and they are still available, but they're very, very expensive. It's a very compact camera. Some people say it was the smallest 35mm camera at the time. I wouldn't say it was the smallest. There was other similar small. This doesn't have all the features what you would have expected from a camera at the time, but it's a really unusual design. It's fully mechanical. This is not the first version of it. There was all kind of versions, including silver, platinum, golden, all kind of, and some of them go for crazy money today. So this is still quite a valuable camera, but not the easiest to use, but also it's not the easiest to use, but it's got a very, very high quality camera. So let's see what we have here. This is where you wind the shutter. I don't have film inside it now. It says made by Rollei Singapore. It has a very bright viewfinder where you can actually, it shows the whole, I think the whole image of what will be on the film. So this is for 35mm roll film, so 35mm film cartridges, which you can still get. I use this for slide photography as it's got a very good light meter for that. There's the viewfinder, it's very big and bright. There's the dial from which you can see when you change settings, and you have the exposure meter on. You can see a needle there going back and forth, which kind of tells you if your exposure is over or under exposure, or if it's correct exposure. This is for releasing of or opening of the lens. This is the shutter release button. In the bottom, here's the fun part of these original Rollei cameras from the time. The attachment for the flash and accessories in the bottom, which made it a bit awkward to use. More modern reproductions, although very high quality, still handmade in Germany, all of that, very expensive, but they have the attachment for the flash and accessory shoe, or whatever you call it, here on top nowadays. Okay, here's the latch to release this cover. You can see it looks like this in here. You put the film end here, the film cartridge here. Here it says PX265, so this was a very popular battery at the time, which now, well, it's got, I think it got mercury in it or something, and it's not really, you can get it from some countries, but you can find replacements. The battery is located here under this metal cover. Everything is metal. It's completely mechanical, with the exception of the light meter, of course, which makes it extremely reliable. There's the insides of it. You just slide it back, and you need to put the film under here. There you see the shutter mechanism. The film goes there. You put this in place, and then you slide this on top and close it. And here you can see the counter of how many exposures you have. This one, I believe, weird, I don't remember. I think this was about resetting the counter or something like this. Not sure. My memory is getting really bad. This one is for tightening up the film in the cartridge or winding it back. Let's see how this one opens. So I have an accessory, this kind of shade against direct sunlight in here. Adds a lot to the contrast. You pull it out like this, and then you twist it to one direction, and it's kind of, there's not a click, but it goes in place, and now it's rigidly there. Here's you can adjust the aperture of the lens, the exposure value, sensitivity of the film, the type of film, color, black and white, and so on, and then the shutter speeds, which are available from B, meaning being open as long as you push the shutter, half a second, 1/4 of a second, 1/8 of a second, and so on, all the way until 1/500th of a second. This camera was at the time available in different variations. The early ones were made in Germany. They were just Rollei 35. This one is made in Singapore. It was at some point transferred to Singapore, the manufacturing. I will put links to description and more information about the company Rollei. They have a lot of fascinating cameras. They made absolutely highest quality cameras imaginable. I don't know if they actually still made, but it's not a long time ago they still made professional cameras. They have a long history. I have several Rollei cameras, which I will make videos of later. Like everything they did, I mean, this was, even at its time, this was a stunning masterpiece of engineering. This small, and it's got everything a camera needs. Long time I wish that, if someone would make a digital camera like this with these features, I would be very, very happy. I don't believe they have. Yeah, there are action cameras which are smaller, so I don't believe there's a problem of making a camera this size with the more current technology. What I would like to have it is also full frame, the imaging cell, what it is, CMOS or whatever it is now. That would be the full size, the same size as the film would have been. But getting to this mechanical level quality and reliability, that's going to be difficult by today. This, if anything, I can say it's a jewel. I would not even try to repair this myself, as it's full of mechanics. It's extremely robust, it's extremely well made, it's made to extreme perfection. And the fun part is that this was already made in 1970s, when plastic was all the rage and, well, most of the things become recyclable. This one wasn't. Yeah, I had originally a black one. There's a full black version of it was original, which was black painted. My first version of this one was Rollei 35S, but a completely black one. Like all other mechanical cameras, especially when the packing density, all mechanical cameras, especially when the packing density is this high, they need regular maintenance, lubrication. I think it's time for this one as well. So you need to find a professional who will clean up and lubricate places, because this is essentially a extremely fine mechanical watch. It takes very good pictures. I can't compare them anymore, even with the best of slide films, to the digital. I think we've lost that grace long time ago, but when it comes to despite it feels funny, I mean, the ergonomy and placement of everything feels weird, cramped, and the use of logic in this one isn't necessarily the best, but there's few things that make this a remarkable camera, which I still use. It's small. It's extremely robust. It works in no matter what weather. It's very intuitive to use despite the cumbersome, and it's fully manual, so you have full control over everything you take in the picture. And one of my favorite things is there was two lens choices all in the early times, Zeiss Tessar or Zeiss Sonar. Tessar being the cheapest. I think the earliest ones were only with Tessar, later with Sonar, and this one is with the Sonar lens. Then the newest ones are I believe with Sonar and Planar, which are even better than this one. But I've been dreaming of those, but they are thousands of euros. They're really expensive, the small batch of Rollei 35s they did back in those days. But yeah, this is a prime example of really stunning mechanical engineering. Let's actually remove this one. You can see the whole front better. So here I have still another filter in front. UV filter, but anyway, it's small and it's it's incredibly beautiful camera. I'm still dreaming that I will one day buy the those some years ago in Germany made new ones of these. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.